must be very stupid.
You must be very mad.
You don't know, tell me to put your name on yours. Bella, you're fucking rude. You are mad. You don't know how to talk. You don't know how to talk. You don't know how to talk. You're a stupid girl. You don't know. You don't try that.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Azine Williams. How are you all doing? Hope you guys are good. Hope you guys are fine. If you're new to this channel, kindly click on the subscription button, click on the notification bell to let you know whenever I post any new video. Okay guys, it is an afternoon of violence. Yes guys, I mean, who needs a peaceful Big Brother Naija house? A peaceful Big Brother Naija house is actually a boring Big Brother Naija house. Yes guys, so there was a lot of kumbaya going on in the house with Phyna, Brian and Groovy in the level 3. Yes guys, but when they returned with what? Fire and brimstone. Yes, what happened? So when they came back, there was a lot of, reuniting, I knew you were not going, blah blah blah. In my head I'm like, do you people actually understand that you're in a competition? Like, why would you be happy that people that were supposedly evicted are back? Even though we know that these 3 people, Chomzy, Swag, and Doyin, are obviously evicted, but the housemates don't know this, and they're doing all this kumbaya, welcome back. Like, how does this even make sense? Now, it's making me think that some of these housemates don't even know why they are there in the first place. Yes, guys. Now, away from that, so they came back, and then Phyna swung into action, sat on the head of house chair and decided let them talk wager. So as they were talking wager, everything was going on peacefully. They were bringing out ideas on how to, make their wager work so that they can win the wager and all that. Then Phyna now said, you know what, let her go and ring the bell for Big Brother in the diary room. She took permission. Now, I want you to be paying attention to the details because that will make sense at the end of this video or when some other time in this video. So she took permission. Some other people decided to, I think, go pee and all that. So she went. Now, with that, the meeting was not actually over because they were still in the lounge. Some of them were still in the lounge. And obviously, Phyna took permission to go ring Big Brother. Now, when she came back, she went back to her seat and decided to start, writing down stuff. And then there was this discussion that started with Bella, Shegs, Chomzy, and Doyin, and it was all about the food situation. Yes, guys, remember yesterday, the food came, the supplies came, and Bella and Shegs insisted that the food that initially belonged to Swag and Chomzy should belong to them, which Phyna and some of the house decided no, that it has to be for the collective. At the end of the day, when Phyna was brought to the level 3 for their movie date, I think that was one of the first questions she asked Chomzy and Swag actually said yes, the food was willed. I don't know why I'm even using the word willed. Anyways, the food was to be inherited by Bella and Shegs. Yes, guys. And they also mentioned it when they came back. So Phyna got irritated by the whole talk about food. And she was like, you are not supposed to be talking about food during the wager. Even though I feel she actually said it with a whole lot of authority that was super unnecessary. And she said that, and Bella is not one to take anything standing down. And she was like, who are you to tell me when to talk about food or not? And Phyna was like, you're not supposed to talk about food when we are still in the wager. And Bella was like, no, we are not still in the wager meeting. And Phyna was, we are still in the wager meeting. The people that left took permission. And Bella was like, what nonsense permission? Even you left. And she said, no, I actually left to the diary room to go and ring Big Brother. And Bella was like, you cannot tell me how to act. You cannot tell me what to do. You cannot tell me what to talk about. And Phyna was like, if you want to talk about food, go to the room. But as long as you are in this lounge, you talk about the wager and how we are going to win this wager. And people of God, that was the beginning of the fight. Totally unnecessary. But I mean, we're in week 8. So anything as minute as this can actually cause a big fight, which it did in this scenario. Yes, guys. And then Bella went off saying that, Phyna should have been leading with kindness. I think that's what she said. And then she also, I think that was what actually triggered Phyna, because the first thing she said that head of house my ass. Which head of house? Because Phyna was like, as your head of house, you should listen to me, you should obey me. And Bella was like, which nonsense head of house? head of house my ass. And Phyna was like, you are paying. Obviously, you are paying because I'm the head of house. And then Bella was like, you know what? If you like, you can write my name and give to Big Brother. I don't care. That is because Phyna already said that she's going to write the name or have an accountability sheet, just like Hermes did. And she know they look anybody face. If you are not showing up for the wager, she's going to put your name there. And I think based off on that, Bella now said what she said. And Phyna was like, which nonsense name? I'm here cracking my brain on what to do or what to get for a wager. And you're saying I should write your name. And then there was a whole lot of, you're a stupid girl, you're a mad girl, you're a stupid girl, you're a mad girl, you are this, you are that. Then at some point, Phyna was like, you know what? If not for Big Brother's rules, I for don't break your leg. I'm like, Phyna, calm down. And then Phyna stood up. Brian was holding her back. I think Brian and Groovy was holding her back. At some point, Bella was like, you know what? I mean, every time you beat somebody, you're obviously from the streets. Phyna's all red. Phyna was like, what? I'm from the street. Okay, yes, I'm from the street. Every time you're telling me I'm from the street. What about you? Who raised you? Hey, people of God. That was it. Oh, Bella was like, what? Shag's antenna just stood up like, he was like, what? Oh no, you're not gonna say that in London. Okay, he actually did not say London, no. He actually did not say London. But people of God, that was it. Oh, Shag saw red. Like, how can you involve her family in this? How can you say who raised her? And Phyna kept saying it. If you say I'm street, you are from cake and wine. Yeah, she actually said that. And that means you too, who raised you? You are so effing rude. You are rude. And it was heated from that point. And then at some point, Shag stood up and Groovy was like, what are you trying to do? Trying to hold him back. Blah, blah, blah. At some point, Shex was now like, I think I was sitting in the head of house chair. All this ranting she was doing, she was still sitting and maintaining her position as the head of house. Meanwhile, Bella was sitting classily like the queen that she is. Both of them are queens, don't get me wrong. Anyways, Shex stood up. Like, how can you buy woman markets? Like, does that even make sense? Why is it that Shex feels the need to always insert himself in woman matter? Like, at this point, I think Shex should be made Ministry of Women Affairs because, anyways, he was not like, Groovy, check your girl. I mean, I don't even understand why you are with a girl like Phyna. Yeah, he actually said it. I don't even understand why you are with a girl like that. He said it. I listened and I heard it clearly. And he was like, I don't even know why you are with her. Blah, 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 blah. And Groovy was not having it. Groovy was like, you know what? You two, check your girl. I'm like, I love this whole testosterone. He was like, you two, check your girl. Check yourself. Check your girl. At that point, Phyna stood up. He should check me. Oh, no, what was, she said something. So like, you don't know why he's with a girl like me because you have your girl that is perfect. Look at her. And then I think Bella said something and Phyna was like, look at you. Every time they are telling you are stupid, you're sick, you're mad. You are still saying he will change. You are senseless. I'm like, Phyna, that was a low blow. Low blow. And I should say, I said it with my full chest and I will say it again. Who raised you? Because you're obviously mannerless. Both of you are mannerless, rude people. I'm like, hey, Phyna, one man mopo. Shex was coming. At some point, it became a Shex versus Groovy fight. Yes, guys, at some point it became a Shex versus Groovy because Shex was like telling Groovy, you don't always talk about, like, defend him as his friend or something like that. And Groovy was like, it's not my business. Why would I involve myself in something that does not concern me? And Shex was like, check your girl. And Groovy was like, you too, check your girl. And then at some point, Shex called Groovy a fake ass, the N-word. And Groovy was like, you are the one that is a fake ass N-word and you're dumb. I'm like, shots fired. Hey, like, this is the first time, no, this is actually the second time I'm seeing Groovy like this. And Groovy was like, you are doing it again. You are doing the same thing we talked about. I mean, you are like basically like saying he was disrespecting Phyna again. Like, we talked about this and you are doing it again. And Shex was like, I mean, look at how she talks. And then at some point, there was a back and forth between Shex and Groovy, and Groovy was like, you know what? If I was the one with the problem, or why is it that you are always the one, always in fight, or always being checked? Why are you always in? I mean, look at the level of or the number of times you've had issues with people. So obviously, you are the one that has an issue. And of course, Phyna was in the background shouting, they tried to stop her, and then she repeated it again. I said it with my full chest, and I'm going to say it again. Who raised you? At that point, the Adekule, initially Adekule was tackling Shegs, like, you're not supposed to put your mouth. They said that she called her street. She had to do a comeback. If it's in the outside world, we insult people anyhow. And Shegs' point was like, you're not supposed to do that on television because the family is watching. And Phyna repeated it again. Doyin had to come back to, caution Phyna. At some point, even they really started cautioning Phyna, and Phyna was like, why would Shegs say, look at the kind of girl that Groovy decided to date? And that was when Shegs now changed mouth. Now said he never said that. I'm like, God, hey, like you can lie. He said this. And he was like, no, he only said check your girl. I think in the multitude of words, when you talk too much, you forget things that you actually say. I think that's the case with Shegs. Yes, guys. So that was what happened, though. That was the fight that happened. At some point, Phyna was singing. Phyna went on. I think actually at some point, Phyna went overboard with the insults. She actually did go overboard with the insults. Now, what do I think about this whole drama that unfolded this afternoon? Firstly, none of them is right, except Groovy. None of them, both Shegs, both Bella, both Phyna, none of them is right. Because at first, the way Phyna talked to Bella, she shouldn't have. But that's the thing about the head of house chair, the head of house position. It has a way of possessing people. You know what they say, absolute power corrupts absolutely? Yes, it has a way of, look at Hermes last week. We saw it with Hermes. We saw it with Dotun. It has a way. Last season, we saw the emblem on my neck with Pere. That's it. You feel the need to control. So if you are not strong enough, that seat is, in as much as it buys you immunity, is going to test your resolve, it's going to test your integrity, it's going to test your character. Yes. And I feel like she went overboard. She was too authoritative with the way, she handled that situation. True. I also think that Bella was wrong. Yes, because that is Phyna, is the symbol of authority in that house. She is the big brother you are seeing. I think there's even a place in their rule book that says if you disobey the head of house, you can get punished. So I think she shouldn't have been like, head of house, my ass. She shouldn't have said that. And moving forward, Bella shouldn't have said some of the things she said. Phyna obviously shouldn't have involved family matter in this. In fact, even the relationship matter. She shouldn't have even involved it. But then again, I don't know. Should we say all is fair in love and war? Not really. But then I feel like when people are angry, they tend to say a lot. And I think Phyna really went overboard with it. You could tell, like looking at the face of Bella, she was really hurt by that. But then again, let me not even cap. Bella can be rude as F. Yes, she can be rude. And she has a way of saying things, and the way she does her face and changes her voice and says things has a way of triggering people. So you see why I said nobody is actually wrong or right in this matter except Groovy, because Groovy is the only one that really didn't want to involve himself in all this mess. Obviously, he wanted Phyna to fight her fight, calm her down, then really talk to her on the inside. But Shegs really was, what was Shegs? This is the second time, the third time Shegs is standing up to go after a girl. What was his plan? Just like Groovy was asking him, what did you want to do? Beat her or what? What were you going to her face to do? And why did Shegs feel the need to lie, though? Why is it that he's always fighting on behalf of or putting his mouth in woman matter? First, he did it with Elo Swag. Do you guys remember? He also did it in the Doyin matter. He also did it with Cheesy. He also did it with Rachel. Is it something that they do that you always put your mouth in something that has nothing to directly do with you? I don't even know if that English is correct, but you guys understand what I mean. I feel like Shegs should just watch it, Phyna should watch it, Bella should watch it, all of them, none of them is actually right at this point, except Groovy. Yes, that's what I think about it. Let me know what you think about it in the comment section. But for me, to be honest, I actually enjoyed this match most. who wants a peaceful Big Brother Naija house? And even before this match there was another one that almost happened between Bella and Daniela. Daniela had to like storm off because obviously she didn't want to have a fight. Yes, guys, because I think Bella said something about them having the head of house and having Phyna save Chi to replace with Allison. That is something personal. And there's a statement she made that really didn't go well with Bella. Sorry, that didn't go well with Daniela, and Daniela was pissed about it and all that. All in all, thanks to Big Brother for bringing this afternoon's episode of Violence. Let's see if we're going to be having more later in the day. Yes, guys. On that note, I say thank you so very much for being part of my channel. If you've not already subscribed, what exactly are you waiting for? Kindly click on the subscription button, click on the notification bell to let you know whenever I post any new video. Till I come your way again, I remain your darling girl, Ezine Williams. Have yourself a beautiful, wonderful day ahead. Bye, guys.